Okay, so we're going to go over some of the muscle testing of the muscles of the hip and thigh area. So we want to test like hip flexion. This is a good position to start. We can have the athlete go ahead and flex their hip. So, oops, hold on, relax, relax. So you're going to flex your hip and lift up like this. Oh, don't lean back. So you want to sit up straight. So in this position, what we do is then just put your hand on their thigh right here, and basically we're just going to push down and have them go ahead and resist by pushing up. So go ahead and give me some resistance. There you go, good. So we're testing hip flexion. Okay, cool, then relax. And then come forward just a little bit more. Okay, cool, right there. So then we could do, in this position, we can do hip, ab, and adduction. All right, so if we do like, if you put your hands here like this, you can have the athlete push out against your hands. So go ahead and push out against my hands as they're trying to open up their legs. So what they're doing is they're doing hip abduction, and they're going to be working their gluteus medius and minimus, because those are abductors, okay? And then you can always, in this position though too, there's a couple ways to do it. You can put your hands right here and actually test their groin muscles, so the adductors, all the adductors, like magnus longus brevis and gracilis. And so you can actually put your hands like this and have them squeeze together. So squeeze your legs together, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Cool. All right, that's one. I'll show you a couple other positions though too as well. All right. So we've done those. Then we can go ahead and have them lay back on the table. So laying flat, and then we can do the same thing where we can do if we want to do hip flexion, right? So we can have them flex the hip like this. Put your hand just slightly above their ankle, and go ahead and all push down as they push up. Give me some resistance there. Good job. Okay, and then we can have them go ahead and quarter turn, so on your side. And this is where we can do kind of we can do two separate tests like here. So if we want to do the hip abductors again, those glutes, have the athlete lift up and put your hand like on their iliac right there, the iliac crest, and then hand here, and you can have them push up against your hand. Go ahead and push up against my hand. Push, 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 push. There you go. And trying to push down. So we test their, again, gluteus medius minimus. And then you can actually even do, like, if you have them set up like this, so keeping their legs open, so hold your leg right here. You can actually then test their groin muscles by, again, hand placement. You can just put your hands here like this and have them, like, go ahead and pull down into my hand there. So testing then, I'm testing her on this side, her left side here, her adductor muscles. Good job, okay? So that's just another way of doing it. Then go ahead and roll over onto your stomach. And then come down so your feet, I like this, where the feet are right off the edge of the table. Let's go ahead and do this one right here. So what we can do is we can test hip extension. So I'm going to have the athlete lift their leg up like this, right? So in that position, so they can hold it there. Just place your hand like on that kind of small of their back there. Hand right here, just above their ankle, and then basically you're testing their strength there by, so don't let me push down. You push up. So we're activating then their hamstring and even their glutes kicking in. But if you want to isolate the gluteus maximus, just relax, 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 relax. There you go. Bend their knee like this. Have them lift up like this. Go ahead and hold in that position. Hold it there. Yeah. And then same hand position there. And then put your hand right here just above the fold of their knee and actually push down. You got to push up. Good job, good job. And then you'll isolate their gluteus maximus, okay? So that's kind of a little kind of a specific test there. So what we've done then is, and John, go ahead and sit up. We didn't really address the internal to external rotation, but you can test that by just, in this position, you can, if you want to test their internal rotators pushing out like that, just have them push in your hand, go ahead and push out that way. So they're doing that internal rotation. If you wanted to do external rotation, just put your hand down here to the ankle and have them do that type of movement right there. So go ahead and push it into my hand, push, 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 push. And we try to get them to really focus on the rotation of their hip and not so much like lifting into hip flexion or whatever, okay? So in that whole grand scheme of things, I think we did the hip flexors, hip extensors, hip ab and adduction a couple different ways, and then we've got a way of kind of testing internal and external rotation of your hip muscles too. Okay, cool.